Okay, this video is going to be on how to solve this type of retail problem, or anyway, so there's a whole bunch of different ways to do this, and if you already know how to do it and you do it well, do it your way. This is the way I do it to get it right every time. So if we look at this, I think of three categories. I think of the wholesale price, that is the store buys it from the manufacturer. That's Walmart purchasing it from whoever they bought it from. That's from, your t-shirt company buying it from whoever manufactured the t-shirt. That's the store. Then the store is going to mark it up. They're going to raise the price so that they can make money. And then they're going to have a price tag on the item, and that's what they're going to sell it to you for. So if you think about this as being the store, and this is you, the consumer. Think about it in that terms. Then I think about it in terms of percentages and in money. So it says the market. That's the name of the store. That's the name of the store. That's the store's name. So that's your Target, your Walmart, your Chick-fil-A, your whatever, anywhere. Has a markup of 14% on the merchandise they sell. So their markup is 14%. Now when they buy it from whoever they buy it from, that's 100%. So let's say that Quick Trip is, they sell pretzels, right? So let's say that Quick Trip, the pretzels only cost Quick Trip 10 cents, but they cost you, $3.49. So when they paid 10 cents for it, that was 100% of the price. When you paid $3.49 for it, that was like 1,000% of the price. So the wholesale plus the markup add together to what you pay. You pay 114% of the price. You pay what they paid plus more. Then it says the market sells a certain laptop for $1,200. That's them selling it to you. That is your price. And if that is your price, that's the price tag. The price tag is $1,200. The question says, find the wholesale. So find what the store bought. So we're going to find what the store paid. So the line we don't need right now, that's not important to us, we don't need this. We don't need that at all. We're just going to ignore that, act like it's not there. We used it to get the 114, but we don't need it now in the math problem. Now what we're going to do in the math problem is we are going to take 114 and we are going to multiply it by W, and we're going to take 1,200 and we're going to multiply it by 100. So really what we have is we have the equation. I didn't write it, but we have the equation 100 over 114 is equal to W over 1,200. And then we would cross multiply and divide. So when we multiply, we have 114 W's equal 1,200 times 100. So that's 120,000. And then we divide by 114. We go divided by 114. And when I'm by myself, I do this. Hey Siri, what's 120,000 divided by 114? So they purchased this laptop for $1,052.63. They sold it to you for $1,200. So if this is, let's say this is Target. Target bought the computer for $1,052. They turn around and sold it to you for $1,200. Okay? All right. So if we look at this one, again, I think about the wholesale price, or I think in terms of that's the store. There's a markup, and then there's the price tag. Or I think about that as you, the consumer. There is a percentage that the store pays, and there is a dollar amount that the store pays. The store pays for the entire item, and then they're going to mark the item up to make a profit. And in this problem, they mark it up 17%, so they're going to sell it to you for 117%. Think of it this way: if the item that they bought, they paid $100 for it, they're going to sell it to you for $117. They're going to make $17 profit. Okay? So for every $100 they spend, they're going to sell it to you for $17 more. Okay. If the price tag of a particular 65-inch smart TV is $1,000, so that's the price of the item. That's what that's the tag. That's what you are gonna pay. You're gonna pay $1,578.33. So you are gonna pay $1,578.33. What is the price the market paid? So they want the wholesale price. Okay, they're not always gonna be this way. It just came out that both of these are. So we're going to take 117. We're going to multiply it by this. We are going to take what you pay, and we're going to multiply it by that. I really like this because basically it just takes away the decimal point. So you have 117W equals 157,833. That's what you get when you multiply it by 100. And then you're going to take and divide it by 117. Hey Siri, what's 157,833 divided by 117? So the vendor paid $1,349 for the TV. So they paid $1,349 for the TV. They sold it to you for $1,578.39. Okay, let's try one more of these because the wording's a little different. We're going to find a little different, but same idea. So we have the wholesale price, or that's the store. That's what the store paid. That's what the store paid the manufacturer. We have the markup. That's going to be their profit. And then we have the price tag. That's going to be what you, the consumer, pays. Okay? We have a percentage, and we have money. The market was able to purchase a mountain bike for $970. Oh, and the wholesale is always 100. Put that in there. Okay. The market was able to purchase a mountain bike for $975. So they paid the manufacturer $975 for it. So they went to, what's a mountain bike company? Trek. They went to Trek and they paid $975 for this bike. They then turned around and sold it to you. They put a price tag on it and sold it to you for $1,218.75. Okay? And then the question says, what is the percent markup? So we're supposed to find this right here. We're supposed to find the percent markup. All right? We need to know then, we need to know what this number is. So we either need to know that number or we need to know this number. We need to know one of those two numbers, and it doesn't matter which one, but we need to know one of them, okay? So You know what? I did it one way this morning. We're going to do it another way. We're going to act like we're going to do it this way. We're going to erase that. Okay, so we're going to do this. We are going to take, yeah, let's do that. I'm going to call this X. We're going to take this and we're going to multiply it by that. And then we're going to take this and we're going to multiply it by that. And that's going to give us 975x is equal to 121875. Hey Siri, what's 121,875 divided by 975? So this is 125%. So they sold it to you for 125%. But the question is, what is the percent markup? So the question is, what number goes right here? Well, if they bought it for 100 and sold it to you for 125, the percent markup must be a 25% markup. And yes, you have to put the percent sign in Canvas. Okay, the other way I did it, when I did it earlier this morning when I made this problem, I had, my numbers were 100, I didn't know the percent, this was 975, I didn't have a number there, but I had the 1218.75 there. What I did was I took the 1218.75 and I subtracted what they paid for it. That's a 5, that's a 7. 8 minus 5 is 3. 11 minus 7 is 4. 11 minus 9 is 2. So I figured out that this number was $243.75. And then I did this. I took this number times that, and this number times that. And that gave me 975% is equal to 24375. And when I divided that, I got 25. And because that was a P for percent, the answer was 25%. Either way will work, okay? And if you have a different way of doing it, that's fine. Just make sure you're getting the answer right. All right, my friends, that is it. And it stopped raining, so I think I'll go to school now. Turn off the video. There we go.